Hey everybody, today we're going to be going over the new update that dropped today on May 19th, 2021. This update is a smaller update with a bunch of bug fixes and some server related things. And then it does have one new thing added to the game, which isn't really a huge thing, but some people like this type of thing, so teach their own. The first new thing that was added was the new base decor effect. This effect is called 3-star rank. When you have it equipped, it gives you a 3% attack bonus, and when you have it just in your stock, it gives you a 2% HP bonus. A lot of people get confused with that they think it's one or the other. If you have it equipped, you also get the in-stock uh, stat boost. But if you do have it in your stock, you don't necessarily get the equipped one unless it is equipped. The other new thing that they did kind of change in that same area is the base skin layout of they optimized the base skin layouts. And what they did is they made it so that any new skins are up near the top so you can easily find them and easily see what they do. And then they also put your skins that you have unlocked up near the top as well. So you'll see I have the new one right up top, the Golden Pavilion, and then I have the base one and Recruit Trial unlocked, and then it goes down into other skins that have been released. So just something to think to make your life a little easier when you're looking for the base skins that you have. The next things they did were so they reduced the time required to build alliance infrastructures. So that means that you'll be able to build those mega structures faster, which is good for people looking for R&D or the tech. I wouldn't suggest using the big oil or corn because we found the speeds are equivalent to a regular tile, but you don't get any of the bonus things. So you don't get tech, you don't get gems if you have the level 6 nodes from the level 3 resource runes. So it's something to think about. It's not necessarily the best way, but you do have a protected march if you do use those infrastructures. So another thing they did with that is they increased the speed of getting individual points. Those two kind of go hand in hand because if you're going to make it build faster, you have to make it so that people get the same amount of points. So those go together. The next thing is they optimized the display of the debuff effect for Teresa, Bell, and Rockfield. That's just a battle scene type of thing where they made it so it's easier to understand what's going on. Then I already told you about the base skins, and then the last two are server related, so we'll click on those here. So here are the changes they've made. So the first change they made is the battle stage will be at 9 my time. So what that means is 9 a.m. is when that's going to start, and that goes for an hour and a half, so it'll end at about 10:30 a.m. my time, which is Central Standard Time. It might, obviously that's going to be different based upon your time zone. They separated individual rankings, which we've already covered, and the rewards will be decided by the battle result. They increase the points earned by killing units in runes, silos, and capital. So you're going to get more points for killing people on the objectives. They added a 5-minute protection period after taking over the level 2, 3, and the capital. So what that means is that once you take over your opponent's thing, you're going to have a 5-minute protection period where you're getting points. So something to keep in mind that you're definitely going to want to fight those more and not just let them take over and then pop them off really quick. They gave a commander level penalty, so if you are 10 levels higher than your opponent, you are not going to get any points. So that's definitely a very wise thing. It'll make it so it's more, hopefully that the bigger guys don't keep hitting level 10s knowing that there's literally no point to it unless they're on an objective. In which case, obviously, they're going to have to hit those guys to get them off of the objective. When one server wins, if the server didn't take over the opponent's capital, the leader will not resign. So what this means is if server 1 is fighting server 2 and server 1 wins the war, if they're not holding server 2's capital at the end of the war, server 2 will not lose their leader. So that's kind of nice, but with that, they kind of need to give a reward for holding the opponent's capital because there's no real reward for it, whether you do it or not. You do almost need to do it to win the war anyways, but there's not a reward like you don't get to use their packages or you don't get to be the ruler of their server or anything like that. So that's something you guys should all message the developers or post in their Discord and kind of poke at them to see if they can do something for that. Then they added a discount on resources required to repair Valhalla units. Those were quite costly, and it makes it so you don't want to use those, even though that's really the best time to use them is for the server, but they made it cheaper if they go to your emergency repair building, which is really hard to get them to go there, but it is what it is. And then they added a war fever. So this is going to be something that a lot of people in your server might use, and that'll make it so that you can't really hide as easily. So for whenever you interact with an opponent, there will be a 5-minute cooldown shield opening. So what that means is you won't be able to shield for 5 minutes after you attack somebody. And we'll see if in the server, so you can see in here, they did split up the rewards. So there is a 1st through 100th ranking, and there's a 1st through 100 ranking depending on whether you win or lose. So your points will be determined by that, so it's not going to be all jumbled up. And then they do have where you can see this will be your score that you see here, and then the rival ranking will be there. Let's see, the point store looks the same. And the server store obviously still looks the same. Everything's there. But you will see that, okay, if you get first place for your server, you get 2,500 points, you get 2,500 points for losing, 5,000 for winning. That goes a long way in the server store, so that's really good that they're rewarding us enough for that. They still are lacking in the rewards for actually winning server. The difference is 120, 155, 180, 205, 230, 250, 260, 270, 280. So the difference is you get 280 if you win, you get half of that, so you get 140 if you lose. So that's not really a lot. That's the difference of 2 orange shards, about. So not really a big difference whether you win or lose. So it's still very much focused on individual winning over server, but there's the whole pride thing that kind of goes with that. Otherwise, there isn't a lot that they updated. I'll show you this interface. Oh, sorry. If you go out to your world base, they updated this interface here. Not really sure why. Probably throwing a lot of people off. They tried to clean up some buttons, but they kind of left out the camera, so the buttons are still there. They really should have moved the camera also, and even maybe this exclamation mark, put everything in there. And then that would actually clean up that corner. Whereas right now, you still have to click it open to hit 3 buttons, and the other 2 buttons are still there. So kind of little nuisance things like that they updated with this one. But other than that, I don't have a lot for you guys. I just wanted to get this update video out there so you kind of know what the update was about. I hope you all have a great day or night. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and see ya.